Cincinnati, Ohio has shut down their water intake from the Ohio River for the water supply. Let's talk about it. So I am down here at Fernbank Park on the banks of the Ohio River, and just wanted to come down here and check it out. They have shut down the intake of the water supply coming from the Ohio River. They are doing a rigorous amount of testing for chemicals and everything flowing down the river here. Now we are a little bit downstream from downtown Cincinnati, which is this way. It is very windy down here, so if it's a lot of wind in this, I apologize, but I wanted to come down here and just get a good look at what things look like down here, because this is a serious situation. For those of you who don't know, a train had derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, and they had a controlled chemical explosion that was carrying a chemical called vinyl chloride. And they're doing a lot of testing down here. Cincinnati is known for one of the best water supplies, best testing for water, really good water. They do a great job down here, but they're taking all precautions. They went ahead and shut, even though they said they probably didn't need to. They're doing that as just an extra precaution so that they can test for these other chemicals, because there was a couple other chemicals too that have come down through a couple creeks through East Palestine, and it has most surely made its way down to the Ohio River. I have been seeing so many sad reports on this East Palestine event. It is terrible. There are people, you can Google, you can search YouTube videos. That's what I've been doing. A lot of people who have rashes. They keep saying 3,500 fish are dead. But did they do a count? I mean, and that's been the count of fish for like the last 4 or 5 days since I've been looking mostly on it here. But no dead fish here. But, I don't know. They would not shut the intake for the Cincinnati water if they didn't think that there may be an issue. I know they're just taking an extra precaution. There are chemists that are testing the water every day here. And they do that normally on a normal basis. It does make me feel a little more secure with this, but with everything coming down now that has come down the river through West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and now it's getting toward Ohio, we don't know what's in the water. I do recommend that you buy up some water. If you live anywhere, if you're getting your water source from the Ohio River or any connecting creeks through Ohio that lead from East Palestine to the Ohio River, I would definitely make sure that you're stocking up on some water. It should be okay. It should be fine. I don't go on it should be. I go on it's perfectly fine. We've been hearing mixed stories and mixed reviews on all kinds of different things. It's a shame that it's taken this long for people to do something about it. Now, I have heard that FEMA is finally going to be getting up to East Palestine. They should have gotten up there a couple weeks ago. I don't understand what has taken so long. They're calling this, news stations are calling this, that the town was basically bombed like a nuke because of the chemicals. Like, people are having rashes and everything else. So I just want people to prepare. I want people to at least know on our channel here, our YouTube community, we reach out to a lot of people. So I want to make sure that everybody knows and is aware and is taking all the precautions necessary. I'm glad that the news is starting to report on this. It seemed like over the last week, it took almost a week and a half for this to start to get noticed. People were said after a couple days that it's safe to go back into your homes, it's safe to drink the water, and then we have people calling out to our leaders like, well, you go there, you drink the water, you stay there overnight. Nobody. I wouldn't, and it's a terrible situation. I just hope that, everybody remains safe. I know that if it was me, I would do my best to stay as far away from the train as possible, but we do have to look at the water supply here. Me and Jessica are just a couple miles away from the Ohio River here, next to this park. This is downstream of downtown Cincinnati, but I just wanted to come down here to give a look, see if maybe I saw anybody testing the water here. I'm sure this is not where they do it. This is a family park, but this is about as close to the river as I could possibly get to maybe see something. Now, I'm not going to stir up the water or throw rocks in it like some reporters have been doing. They've been checking like standing creeks and stuff like that up in East Palestine, and we've seen like the rainbow colors, the oil, the skim oil, like coming up to the top, bubbling. Like, this is crazy, and the fact that it's taken them this long to get on this is just terrible. We cannot keep doing this. We have to make sure that when an event like this happens, that one, we have outside sources coming in to check everything, to make sure that everything is being done right. A third party. You know, when you go and you buy a house, the one thing that you want to always make sure that you have is an inspector. And you don't want to use an inspector from the bank, or whoever you're getting the loan from. They will use theirs, but you want to use a third party. You want to use a guy who you're paying for, right? I mean, it may cost a little bit, but you want to make sure that you have a professional coming in there that is on the outside looking in, not somebody that is working for the other company. You know, and I don't know much about the train station. I've been hearing a lot of bad rumors, but this situation was handled terribly. This is a dangerous chemical. This vinyl chloride, I've done a little bit of research on it. This was a gas, you know, and I know it's used in different products, but this was a chemical used in World War I, right? And it's like, I started questioning, like, what is this even used for today? And it's like, you know, there are some things, and it's like, I don't know. It's crazy that for something that is that poisonous, be not controlled. I feel like, you know, this was a huge mistake that could have been prevented. And, you know, before they decided to light that train up in flames, they could have done a better job of taking care of the people, making sure that, okay, you know, we're here in the soil, you know, it's getting down into the soil. It's everywhere in the creeks up there. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And it at least for the last week, it doesn't look like anything has been being done. I've been seeing photos of people with rashes on their faces, children with rashes. I mean, this is a scary situation. And like I said, I'm glad that FEMA's finally getting involved, but this shouldn't have taken 2 weeks and 3 days for them to get there. Be prepared. Again, if you live off the Ohio River, and your water supply comes from the Ohio River, they're taking precautions. You better believe that we're taking precautions. Now, we have stocked up on water. We have been hearing that water has been being bought up. Looks like Kroger is doing an excellent job of getting water out there. Now, we heard at a Sam's Club the other day up north of here was wiped out of water. There's a lot of people who are donating water up to East Palestine also, which we should be. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in East Palestine and everyone affected. This is a tragedy. We need to improve our infrastructure on the train systems, on the rails, everything. All this needs to be recalculated, redone. You know, there was a bill a while back that was supposed to take care of a lot of this stuff, and I don't know what's going on. I really don't know, but this is a tragic event that could have been prevented. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me today on this breaking news alert down here on the Ohio River. Cincinnati, Ohio has shut down the intake for the water supply coming into Cincinnati. Plenty of reserve. They have plenty backed up. That is perfectly fine. But they wanted to do this to make sure that they tested the chemicals, tested the different things that are in the river, coming down the river before they open that intake again. And it does make me and a lot of other people feel safe. They've been coming out all over the news talking about this. And again, you know, it's like we're taking precautions. You know, it's like if you're on the Ohio River water supply, like I said, you may want to stock up on some water. Wait till they give the all clear. Any news that comes up on this, I will let you guys know as soon as I know something. Thank you all so much for watching.